This is an emergency action notification. All stations shall broadcast this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its program at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, some stations will remain on the air broadcasting some news and official information to assigned area. This is station KRON for we will remain on air to serve the San Francisco area. If you are not in this area, you should tune into other stations until you hear broadcasting news for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the San Francisco area.
You are seeing the shots of New York City skyline. Good evening from all citizens in the United States. At this time, most people in Indiana, United States, are heading out urban cities. Following the nuclear explosion from Anchorage, we are getting a raw footage of the nuclear blast that hit Anchorage and the incredible damage. The whole city of Anchorage has been completely destroyed. While it might take days for the first responders to enter the city, the death toll is unknown. The Department of Defense will send an update.
We interrupt our programming to activate the California Emergency Alert System at the request of the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, we had received about the attack on Anchorage from the Russian Federation. The missile squad to stop the missile had failed. The White House has ordered the evacuation for several major cities across the United States, including San Francisco. No attacking is taking other cities at this time. Take the following steps: remain calm, bring food, water, medical supplies, blankets, a first aid kit, hand crank radio, with extra batteries for your family for 1 week, a flashlight, if possible. Use one vehicle for family. If there's sufficient space in your vehicle, consider taking neighbors who had not access to a vehicle. All transit services had been suspended. Regular service to assist the evacuation. Follow all marked evacuation routes as posted. Civil Defense and the California National Guard. Do not attempt to take shortcuts, as doing so may severely delay the evacuation. You will be directed to temporary shelters. Please register your family upon arrival. Keep your radio tuned to this situation for more news and official instructions. Above, remain calm, and follow all instructions from the Civil Defense and the National Guard. Do not use your telephone. Use for emergency use.
Good morning. Welcome to Fox News. At this time, China now issuing a new warning to the United States after its deputy foreign minister said it would send an array of quote unpleasant. We have raw footage of a Russian II missile launching into cities in California, including San Diego and Los Angeles.
The following message was transmitted at the request of the San Diego Police Department. A nuclear missile is going to strike San Diego in 40 minutes. Residents of San Diego, seek shelter immediately. Go into an interior room on the lowest floor. Get food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and radio with extremely batteries, water, and first aid kit. The president will at all stations, and telephone lines will be disconnected. Stay in your shelters until all clear is given. Put tape or damp towels to prevent the materials from coming in your house. You will expose to the radioactive materials. In order to protect your life, stay tuned to this station on this situation.
This is a broadcast from the President of the United States. Please stand by.
Good evening. As you be aware, the tensions between the conflict of the United States and Russian Federation had served our nations diplomatic ties. The United States will do anything that protects our freedom, and those allies by taking a stand for our democracy. Thousands of U.S. troops are fighting democracy over the Hawaii Sea and the Pacific Coast. As you listen to this message, multiple U.S. military stations around Europe have been targeted by Russia, with our airspace in eastern Ukraine suffering the greatest fatalities. Do not put American resolve to the test. The United States of America does not seek a conflict, but if we attacked, we are prepared to defend our own. Our country has made it clear that would not use nuclear weapons against Russia, China, and North Korea. However, China launched an intercontinental ballistic missile 15 hours ago, killing thousands of people in Osaka, Japan. As a commander-in-chief, I directed the armed forces to carry out Operation Red Dawn, which the United States Navy, aided by fleet of B-2 bombers, effectively destroyed various Russian military installations and infrastructure including the Sayano-Shushenskaya Dam. Russian retaliation attacks in the next hours, which is why I have ordered the evacuation of the following cities: New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, and Houston as well, all areas within 100-mile radius of a military facility. These evacuations procedures are only precautionary. Local police and the National Guard have been called in to assist with the mass evacuation. I have declared a national emergency. A curfew will be in force from 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. It is strongly urged that all citizens leave the streets before 7 p.m.
An ABC News special report. Now reporting, Tom Yamas.
And good afternoon. We come on the air with some tragic news coming in.
The following message was transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. This is an attack warning. Attack warning means an actual attack against this country has been detected. All residents of Honolulu, Portland, Oakland, and San Francisco should seek a fallout shelter now as soon possible. Seek refuge in a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy structure. Take a battery-powered radio for use during your stay in the shelter. Do not leave your shelter until it's declared safe to do so. If you leave your shelter, you may be exposed yourself to the radioactive materials. Fallout is byproduct of nuclear explosions. Prolonged exposure to fallout may result sickness or death. If someone dies as a result of the fallout, remove a body outside of the inner shelter. Cover it with blanket or fabric. After 14 days, you will be able to take the body outdoors when it's safe. Radios will notify you. Do not go outdoors, clothes. And stepping outdoors puts you and your family in danger.
The North American Aerospace Defense has detected launch of 7 nuclear warheads from Russia and China. They heading to Oakland, San Francisco, Portland, and San Fernando Valley. Seek shelter now. Seek shelter now.
Citizens of Canada, living near the border with the United States are advised to immediately evacuate to the west due to high levels of radioactivity reported in some border areas. There are measurements of indicated levels of up 1,000 becquerels in the affected areas. This high level of radioactivity poses a significant risk to human health and safety, and it is imperative that residents in affected areas take immediate action to protect themselves. Institutions for evacuation, gather a supply of small amounts of food and water, identification documents, medication, money, and a first aid kit. Pack them in a bag or suitcase to easy to carry.
And remember to take them when you leave your house. Leave heavy items, such as furniture and chairs. The border with the United States is closed. Use main roads and highways to travel west, avoiding affected border areas. Make sure you wear a mask during the trip. Buses will be provided at major bus terminals across Canada. Stay tuned to this station on this situation.
This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. A attack warning is an actual attack against this nation has been detected, and that protective action is required. All residents of the United States should seek a fallout shelter now, and brace for impact. NORAD has detected launch of 70 nuclear missiles from China. These missiles are expected to impact the following cities in the next 2 to 4 hours: Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Kansas City, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Boston, Hartford, New York City, Miami, Tampa, Atlanta, Oklahoma City, Seattle, Washington, D.C., Denver, Salt Lake City, and Nashville. An average global temperature are expected to drop between 15 to 20 Celsius after the blast. The combined cooling and enhanced UV will trigger a global nuclear famine. A nuclear winter is deadly period of darkness, famine, toxic gases, and sub-zero cold. These missiles have been launched towards the United States.
This is an emergency alert. Inbound nuclear missiles have been detected. You have approximately 4 minutes to find shelter. Communications have been severely disrupted. The number of casualties and the extent of the damage are not yet known. Stay tuned to this channel, stay calm, and stay indoors. This is not a test. This is not a test. This is not a test. Three-minute warning. Two-minute warning. 1-minute warning. Thirty seconds. Fifteen seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds.